about going back to the freshmen in the kicking game.
Yeah.
What have you seen out of them as far as this week and their response to that?
They've responded very nicely, and that's what we anticipated. As we backed Austin off, we wanted to kind of lessen the workload for him and the amount of pressure that he was putting on himself and let him get out of his head a little bit and kind of remove him from the situation and then bring him back. He punted his butt off today, did a great job, and then JJ's continuing to, improve and continue to get better and being consistent with his mental approach and his emotional approach. Because a lot of, with those specialists, especially young ones, it's a lot of mental and emotional stress that they go under and they put themselves under. So both of those kids have really responded nicely, and I look forward to them having big games this week.
The two missed field goals that went wide are one thing, but also on the block field goal, what did you see from the
Well, a
film
couple
on that
things.
one?
I think the biggest thing was just operation time, and you give Colorado credit. They gave us a look that we were expecting, an edge rush look that we were expecting. We practiced that all week. Just a little bit of operation time, and you got to give those guys credit. The kid off the edge made a tremendous play.
There's some penalties, blocks in the back and guys maybe jumping off sides. What's wrong on that kind of side of things with special teams?
Just concentration. That's the biggest thing. It's not stuff that we're not emphasizing. We talked about it all week. They're going to stem. They're going to move. They're going to shift. Pre-snap. We got to hold our water. So that was an issue for us. Obviously, we got it corrected as the game went. But we talk about playing penalty-free on special teams at all times, should I say. The biggest thing is just concentration and being able to execute in pressure situations.
In that same vein, it seems like on defense you guys had a fair amount of penalties as well. I mean, Jayon one had a personal foul, which seems pretty uncharacteristic for a captain. What have you guys kind of talked about in terms of just penalties in general? For
Just
this team?
composure. In that situation with Jayon, I think a lot of it, the game was really tightly contested. You saw a lot of chippiness on both sides, and I thought at that point in the game, Jayon just kind of got caught up into it. As they stopped the game and they, sorted out the penalty, I pulled Jayon over and just reminded him of a word that we always say is poise. Just keep your poise here, because there's chippiness. You can't retaliate. And the first thing he started doing was explaining, so, well, he did this. It's always going to be the second guy that gets caught and gets the flag thrown on him. So for Jayon, that was, like you said, uncharacteristic, and we just want him to maintain his poise and maintain his composure in those pressure situations.
Kenny Young came into the season in a pretty heated competition at middle linebacker. Kind of gotten a stranglehold of that position now. What kind of growth have you seen in him?
Oh, tremendous. The biggest thing with Kenny, has all been mental, not ever physical. And for him, you're seeing a lot of the hesitation go away. He's shooting his gun now. He's doing a great job. There was a proud moment for me the other day. We just got Cam Griffin back at linebacker. I'm in there working in the offices, and Kenny has Cam in there mentoring him and teaching him the defense, teaching him the plays, and listening to him convey the defense and the information to Cam, was stellar. Saying all the right things, talking about who he's working with, teaching Cam the big pictures, and that lets me know that he has a great grasp on it. And also I reminded Kenny, that's just going to help you know it even more when you become the teacher.
Is that a permanent move for Cam?
Yeah. He'll do a little bit of short yardage goal line stuff, but for now, we got him back at Mike linebacker, where he was really coming on strong last year, but obviously the shift and approach offensively, we needed those bodies because we didn't have them previously. And Cam, being the team guy that he is, he was the first one to jump in line to go over there. I know Coach Polamalu loves him over there on that side of the ball.
Have you seen any drop-off on his progress there at that position, given that he's been focusing on offense?
Yeah, just getting him reacclimated. Especially, it's tough right now because we're in a heavy game plan. Right. So where the concepts are different, they're tweaked more, for the opponent. When we get back into a spring or fall camp setting where it's more just base looks, that'll help him get reacclimated. And we're going to spend a lot of time in the offseason. He's been coming up to my office for office hours, spending the time getting reacclimated with the terminology and the concepts.
Was that this week that you got him back?
No, last week.
Oh, last week.
Yeah,
okay.
last week.
Does that mean you guys are going more away from fullback use?
That would be a better question for Coach Mora and Coach Polamalu in terms of the offensive approach. But as it stands right now, he's with us. We're thrilled to have him.
What kind of discussion happened to get him back onto the defensive side?
Again, that would be a question for Coach Moore because I don't make those decisions. He just said, hey, he's back in your room. Awesome.